Good afternoon. You know, as we are so blessed to be to have received our number 8, our new beginning into our family, I've pondered because I've encountered, talked to, and been questioned a lot by people as to why we would do it. Why are we keep doing it? And why? Why? How in the world, y'all? Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because all those people I've talked to won't do it. Someone has to answer the call. And it's one thing not to answer your call. And it's another thing to judge someone else for answering the call. But it breaks my heart more than anything to see the level of greed in people for not supporting, not wanting to support, help, and contribute in any way to the people who are answering the calls. No matter what the sacrifice is, no matter what the circumstance in their life looks like, no matter what the situation is. When you're called to do something, you answer the call and you do it, and you trust God to provide. It don't matter if you're broke. It don't matter. If God chooses you, if He ordains you to do something, and if He's laid out enough grace and mercy for you to receive that call, the children, or whatever it is you're called to do, the ministry. If He puts it in your lap, no matter what your finances look like, or the bedrooms in your house look like, or the outside of your house looks like, or what your car looks like, or how many running cars you have, or how many running cars you don't have. All these things. If He chooses you to do that, tells you to do it, and then makes a way for you to do it, then you do it. And if He goes that far, He is going to surely pour out an inheritance to sustain it. This is called walking in faith, walking by faith, not by sight. I don't care what the circumstances or the situation looks like. I'm going to answer this call. And I'm only preaching this gospel today because I fought it, and I fought it, and I fought it. And it actually took number 8 for me to accept it. To really embrace it and not make the warfare stronger in the circumstance, but fight the warfare and make it so much easier. So I'm giving you my testimony. Yes, have we been blessed to help restore another family, but in the meantime, take care of their child while they're getting their life right? Of course. Yes, number 8. And guess what? Number 9 is right behind it. But I look in the mirror every morning and I say, why me? Just like when I tell you what's going on in my personal life, you probably go home to your wife and say, why them? How in the world could it be them? We ask ourselves the same question. The difference is we answer the call despite what it looks like when you don't answer the call or support other people's call. So why am I making the video? It's one thing to judge what another person's doing, but I think it's really, really sad when the least you could do is support what someone else is doing around you. If you're not going to do it, get involved with it and help yourself. If that's not your call, and you're just going to work every day, coming home, going to work every day, coming home, to live your own little life, your own dream. If you can't find the heart to support someone else's call, that at least they're answering, then man, are you about to go down a rough road. in very short time. The Lord has been pointing this stuff out to me lately because it's harvest season. People are receiving their harvest, and it might be children. It might be working, doing something in the church. It might be serving on the mission field. It might be preaching this gospel. It might be rescuing children out of child trafficking. It might be ministering into rehabs, your testimony about how God's worked in your life. But to sit at home and go do your repetitive life over and over and over and over, just going home, going to work, so you can go out and play and have nice things and not share it with anyone other than what you want to share it with, fathoms me. You know, even in my darkest moments of life, I still had enough heart to where if I knew, this is when I knew no Christ at all. I knew to bless people when I saw them doing good. But the world doesn't know that anymore. Man, we're so selfish. The church doesn't know that anymore. We're so selfish. We're so selfish. We sit back and judge people because of their circumstances and situations, knowing we're in a position to help them make their circumstances or situation look better, but yet won't do it. We'll just sit back and talk about them. Well, it's harvest season. And let's see where that gets some folks. But as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. No matter if we have money, no matter if we don't have money, no matter what the circumstance or situation looks like up against yours, we will continue to do what the Lord is directing us and guided us to do, and trust on Him to provide that. Those of you that do have this heart to bless people, I thank you. You are very special people in the eyes of the Lord and those that you help. But it's time, guys, we lay down the judgment cards, the criticism. Sorry, I just ate supper. Criticism cards and the hater cards, and either embrace our call so that we can be happy, or support someone else in their own. You know, in the Bible it says, "Give and you shall receive." It didn't say gave to and then give to others. It's completely opposite from the world. If you want, you first have to give. You first, in order to receive, you first have to give yourself out in some kind of way, whether it be whatever the Lord has laid on your heart. But to run from that, knowing you have room to help or to put others down for what their situation looks like, while they answer their call, it just fathoms me. I don't know. I just felt like saying that today. I wanted to release that. Because it really, truly, it breaks my heart. You know, I know from my past, I'm the least likely that should deserve to be used to do the ministry that me and my wife were called to do. Not that we chose. We were called to do. What's your circumstance and situation? But the Lord decided to use us. He decided to wipe our slate clean. He decided to show favor on us and to bless us, to be able to be trusted with someone else's child while they have the opportunity to get their life right, because He knows that we will give it back. We're not going to try to take and hoard something that's not our own. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why the Lord wouldn't trust you to do it, because you wouldn't give it back, because it never was meant to be yours. You were supposed to be a bridge in the gap and not replace the mother or father. Because what's awesome about this is He had to get our hearts right and get us in a position to release one that we've already helped bring restoration to, in order for the door to open for the other ones. The Lord spoke to me early on. He said, you can never replace a mother or father, so don't try. I just want you to bridge the gap along the way and love them like your own until I bring things to full restoration. And my God is faithful and true. If you don't know Him, His name is Jesus. I serve Him daily. This family does. And I pray that you would get to know Him if you don't. Because, man, He will give you joy in the lowest of valleys. And if that don't say enough, imagine what the mountaintops look like. I pray this finds you well and blesses you this day.